City. Oh well. You guys, it's been a good day. Hold on, you guys. It's been a really, really good day. I ain't gonna lie, I can't complain. And I'm so thankful for people helping me. Oh, I feel so blessed. Feel so blessed. I can't complain about nothing. I really can't. I didn't want too much of nothing right now. I'm just coming on in for the short time. Yeah, because I've been really trying to work on. Well, I'll be saying this all the time. Trying to just work on just blocking people out. And I've been blocking a few folks out. I ain't gonna lie, I just been blocking them, whatever they gotta say, I ain't gotta listen to it. And I used to wonder, you know, when people would say they don't really listen to it, people going in on them. I used to wonder like how not, but now I'm noticing once you hear the same old thing over and over again, it's like, damn, I done said all of what I could say. I mean, how low do you want me to keep on going with you? Before you get the hint that I don't really care. And see, a lot of the times I really don't be caring. I ain't looking for no look. I damn sure ain't looking for no attention. You know, I'm not that person looking for attention. If I was looking for so much attention, a lot of folks would be seeing me everywhere, back to back, back to back, back to back. I ain't looking for that. I'm just being me, and I'm glad that look. I am so glad that people rocks with me for being who I am. Yeah, I may present myself in certain type of lights. Okay, I'm not gonna be naive about it. I do. Okay, I do. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not. I have a lot of flaws that I'm trying to fix and get together. But at the same time, I'm still gonna enjoy doing this. That way, I'm not gonna even lie. Sometimes you can have thoughts in your head like, maybe I need to just walk away from all of this and go back to doing what I normally would do. You know. hmm But when you think about people that care about, it could be a tearjerker. I ain't gonna lie to you, because it's like, damn, people they fucks with me, they fucks with me, and it's like, damn, I be doing them kind of a little bit of a disservice, just upping and leaving. And I remember one time when I had that when I had an episode like that, you know, I I got really I got just kind of sad, like, damn, what am I thinking about? And I was like, no, I can't leave. And I can't, and I had to really suck it up because I really got irritated with certain individuals on here to the point where it did make me want to just get off of here. But I couldn't let them win. And you know what I really am trying to work on is just, hey, not watching, you know. And I'm glad that I have been cutting down my watch, my watch time when it comes to people, going in on me. I ain't gotta watch you. Say what you gotta say, you know. I mean, I used to hate the fact that people used to tag me in videos where my name is being mentioned at times. It's like, damn, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about me them talking about me and whatever they know about. It is what it is. And I think that has really helped me, with this whole thing that I'm doing on the YouTube. It may not be what people want to see, or or better yet, how can I say it? I may not be that YouTuber that looks fancy. I may look a little rough here and there sometimes, but I stick to what I know, and I think I'm doing a damn good job at it. I'm giving myself a pat on the back because a lot of people really wanted me off of here. A lot of people really wanted, me to just kind of just go in silence. And I just couldn't do that. And I feel like I have a right to speak my mind, whether people want to judge my opinions on certain things. But it's my time to speak. What's wrong with that? You know, and I'm gonna always continue to, speak my mind. I may agree with you. I may not agree with you. But at the same time, can we be grown and understand that you're gonna have your opinion and I'm gonna have mine. You know, now I ain't gotta listen to your opinion about me. And I'm not talking. Well, I am talking about one person, I'm talking about one person right now because they was adding me again, and I'm like, bruh, I can't even stomach to watch you. I really can't. But yeah, they were adding me, and I'm just like, man, please, okay. Like at some point, can you drop the topic of conversation and talk about other things? At least you were trying. Well, I would say at least you were getting some. Well, yeah, you were getting at the time when I was watching you. You were getting some views when you was switching the subjects. But you know what? At the same time, people ain't here for that. They're here for the mess. Okay, they're here for the mess. But it seems like when it comes to you, you got the same old type of mess on your mind, and I would never get it because I ain't. Look, I'm not on my channel just saying the same old thing. I don't care how long how long you may be doing that, but just know I will not. I just can't entertain you. I just can't entertain you. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to be playing with you in a way. Or I'm a screen record your video. Once it's done, it's done. And right now, I'm done with you. So I will be taking my subscription back, and I was only using you for a little bit of a commentary since you wanted to make me some comment. Well, since you wanted to make me the topic of commentary, yeah, I was only using you. I needed to listen to all of what you were saying, but at this point, just a cutoff game, and a few more others are going to get cut off because I don't want to listen to you. You know, new and look, some new and some old. Ugh. It seems like they don't look. Some of the older people that's been around here, they seem like they don't fell off, and they ain't making videos like they should. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not a fan of it, especially the ones that was playing in my face, trying to make jokes and shit. Mm. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. See, the growth the growth that I'm trying to grow out of. Well, grow into. I mean, it's really it's life changing because I'm trying to work on myself, trying to change some things about myself. Okay, I'm trying to change. I don't know if it's with age because they say when you hit certain milestones, you end up changing and or just life. But yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm just not letting anybody disturb my peace. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not dealing with it. Not gonna deal with it. Now, if I have a post on my wall, yeah, you'll get that. But yeah, I just, I'm just deciding to just unsubscribe from that individual and a few more others that I don't even watch. I don't even know why I'm even subscribed to them because I don't even watch them. You know, yeah. Once upon a time we was cool, but now it's just like you still over there trying to, you know, get damn near 10 or 20 people in your room. You can't even do that. You got five, so it's like damn. And I'm the fourth one, so it's like this is a waste. But good job for trying your best. You know, good job. I commend some of you people that try to get a check off of YouTube but doing the bare minimum. How do you? I mean, people are really envious of others on here that's really receiving cash apps and checks on YouTube. It's something to me. It really is. It really is. It really is. I don't know what that's about. That. I don't know what you talking about, but yeah. You gotta put in if you want to reap the rewards. You gotta put the work in. If you don't put the work in, doing the bare minimum, yeah, it can get you something, but it ain't gonna get you. It ain't gonna be it won't be the amount that you would want to receive, just like everybody else is receiving. You gotta put the work in. Those. I'm gonna say this. People like KRN. There's who else? They put the works in. Who else? I would say Rick. Oh yeah, Rick Reed. Yeah, Rick Reed. Who else? Who else? Who else? Deanna too. Who else? Don't get mad if I forget you. Charge it to my mind and not my heart. Um, it's plenty of you guys that make commentary. And y'all do deserve you know compensation because I couldn't remember a lot of shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna even put it out there like as if I'm remembering all of what has went down. I just remember bits and pieces because this shit don't mean that much to me. Because this ain't my really. I don't consider this really a big chunk of importance. When it comes to my life, it's only important when it comes to my people that support me. and me doing what I do, on here. But as far as the people that can come out here and y'all can, run it down, run them back, hey, I commend you. Yes, do deserve a good old check, and you do deserve cash apps. You know, y'all deserve it. I ain't lying. And the only people that will say y'all don't deserve it is the people that would say, well, it's the ones that are hating, that's not receiving a goddamn thing. That's look, most folks will be on here, they doing look, I can't stand nobody that do a sleep live. Do not be sleep like especially when you ain't talking about too much of nothing. Talk about something, but get off the line. Like I done seen that before. Like people just be like, "Hey, I'm going to sleep, you guys," and they playing music in the background, but don't nobody want to hear all that. People like to hear the folks speak sometimes, or whatever a person may likes to do. We'll see you, in your ventures and your travels. That's what we like to see. All this laying in the bed, and we hearing you snoring. No, we don't want to see that. You know. And there's some people that it's look. I don't mind. I don't mind. How can I say this? Because it's a few older women that does this a lot. You know, I understand what they are trying to do, but I don't know. I just think that formula for me, just to get some hours on your channel, that's not. I don't know. That's for me. That's just like you just trying to be up there and have your look. And I hope I don't sound greasy or like a hater, but sometimes I don't see the point of those things. I remember it was a nigga on here trying to do an ASMR cleaning his room. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Moving the bed, thinking that look, moving the bed and thinking that that's supposed to be some type of sensation that we gonna be hearing. Where some sensation that we want to hear to get a little tingle in our spirit. What? Get out of here with that. Ain't saying nothing. ASMR. I'm cleaning my room. I don't know what that person said, but I sure I was laughing. I'm like, nigga, are you serious? It was a nigga too. It was a nigga. He sure was a nigga. Yes, indeed. He might, but you know what? I'm gonna say that I shouldn't be talking about it. I shouldn't be saying this, but he probably was, delayed. Correct term. Delayed. Hell, I look from delayed to delayed. Look, I can notice it. Let them talk about me all they want to. Hell, it is what it is. See, when you can laugh at yourself, baby, when it comes to other folks talking about you, it doesn't mean nothing. But yeah, you gotta put the work in. You can look. You gotta be comical. Okay, if you can't hold an audience, by them just voicing whatever they want to talk about, whatever it may is, you may want to get the hell up and off of here because you ain't gonna be that big time YouTube that you want to be, or you gonna get that gold plaque. It's a few people that's over here, and I've seen in other sectors too, hmm that deserve a gold plaque. Hell, it's people right now in the B sector that's been here for years. They deserve a gold plaque, and that's on my mama. I ain't lying. They do. They deserve a gold plaque and all. hmm Cause they did have some. They done pushed out some good ass videos. Some got flagged. Some was put on private. I understand the ones that got to put it on private because you got to protect your channel. But for the ones that has been really just really consistent with this stuff and keeping getting pointers and little minute marks, I salute y'all. I salute you. I salute you. Even the smaller ones that ain't, that's receiving a little something. So whether it's $100, at least it's something. If it's $75, 76, I don't give a damn. 78, 80, I don't give a damn. If you can if you can keep your audience and they look, if they liking that video and they keep and they stand in the room too, oh baby, you good. You're in there. You're in there like swimwear. And one thing I have noticed, when you just being yourself, people are just gonna, they're gonna gravitate to you more and more and more. You know, Numbers may look small in the beginning, but in the end, you'll see a change. And that's for, that's no, I hope I'm not coming off like I'm dissing y'all. That's smaller. because I'm a small child myself, But some of the ones that's still in the hundreds, they haven't even made it to 1,000. I mean, y'all know who they are. They get on here with the set. They've been getting on here with them same sob stories, and we haven't seen anything different. You know, ain't nobody watching no more. And I think and I feel like a lot of the times, a lot of folks may have lost their funny or their sense of humor. When it comes to doing this type of stuff, sometimes I feel like I have lost my gift of grab because I used to be a little bit fast when it comes to certain things. But hey, it is what it is. I guess that's another sign of you're getting tired of it. You're getting too old for this shit, and it's kind of coming redundant, which it does become a little bit redundant at times. I ain't gonna lie to you, it does. It'd be like, ugh. I could come out, but then again, I ain't gotta come out, because I'm tired of, saying the same damn thing, saying we sometimes, doing this shit, you do get tired of saying the same damn thing. Like, it's only so much, people are willing to listen, to you when you are saying the same damn thing. I can't do it. And I don't want to bore my audience. I don't want to bore you guys with me talking about the same old thing, even though I'm not gonna lie, I have been called out about that, but hell, I can't help it because sometimes I don't notice. Sometimes I don't notice it, you know. But other folks notice it. So when they notice it, therefore I gotta change it up, switching it right on up. Just like I'm gonna switch it right on to getting it back where I'm in the bed. I'm in the bed, warm, and look, I'm so grateful to be in a warm house. Yes, indeed. Took my ass a shower, and I'm finna get ready for work, baby. Gotta have my fun. Back to getting, to the swing of things. So yeah, my life's gonna be busy. Oh, I'm gonna be so busy, but I love being busy because I don't like being. I just don't like being unbusy for too long. 'Cause I get up. Oh, I can't tell I'm a business, but at some point I would say, it's be sex, drugs, and when I should do that. No, I should say that. No, I should say that. But that's how I be living sometimes. Sex, drugs, and alcohol. Don't let me get the kick in it, baby. But I'm gonna say the right thing. The only drug that I'm doing is marijuana, baby. But it's gonna be some sex, drugs, and alcohol. You goddamn right. When I'm not busy, baby, I'm having the time of my life, and I'm not gonna take it back. I may have to slow down though. I gotta slow down because I gotta put my health first. But just know I'm gonna always have some fun. I don't give a damn if I'm with one person or two people. I mean, well, if it's just two of us, you know, I don't care. I don't care. Mm. Yes, indeed, baby. It don't take much for me. I'm used to small crowds. I'm used to small crowds. Even if it's just me, that's my own little party, baby. Yes, indeed. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I have the best fun by myself, listening to my music that I love and standing out the BS. You know, I can sit back like I used to do in alternative school. I used to sit back and watch everybody else get into fits, little fist fights, and arguments. But I was so neutral to with a lot of people. I didn't really get into their business because I wouldn't that's not my lifestyle. I'm not in the game, and I ain't sleeping with nobody, baby mama. I ain't trying to be in around, I'm not hanging with the girls, even though I gravitate more to women. I don't know why that is, but I gravitate towards women a lot more. I wasn't too much talkative to everybody. I pretty much was there to get my shit and get the hell up and out of there. And I won't go back. Mhm. And I don't be on the my thing is I don't be understanding how people can be how some folks that are grown when they want to try to attempt to go back to high school. Who the hell want to go back to high school? Who has really want to go back to high school? Now I can see if you were lacking, you know, in certain spots that you didn't get before you got up and out of that bitch. But who wants to go and go around some kids? I don't even want to hear them for too long. That gets on my nerve, and I don't even got them. I ain't lying. You think I want to hear that? No. Be around that? No. Mm-mm. No, no, sir. No, sir. I would never understand it. I would never get it at all. Like, nah, we ain't finna do that. We ain't finna pretend none of that. We ain't look, I ain't finna go back and see no old teachers. No, I see them out in the streets. How about that? I see them out there. Hey, and there's no reason for me to go there. I know where all my schools are at that I attended, but I don't feel the need to go back there for no reason. Meaning for no, let me see who's here. I don't know any of them folks. I mean, wait, any of them kids, and I ain't trying to know them, you know. And then when it comes to the adults, some of them done moved away, passed away, and some of them are still just there. And at the same time, we weren't cool like that. So therefore, I don't feel the need to try to even be fake and be like, hey, let's talk and how you been? No, you trying to get all in my business. I don't want you in my business because you ain't gonna tell me too much about your business. So yeah, let's keep that shit on down the road. Yeah. But you know what? That's mental. That's mental. That's I don't know. It's not, well, not, that's not mental, but it's a problem to want to try to to know that your overly grown ass is pretending to be a child. Want to go back to a place where a bunch of minors are. Hell, I want to be around a bunch of grown folks, okay, that know how to act. Because a lot of kids, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I know people gotta mature, but sometimes being around them, they get a lot of immaturity, and I don't like that too much. And that gets on my nerves. I ain't gonna lie, that burns my ass. I tell them sit down somewhere. I tell my nieces and nephews there, sit down. Y'all better come on that damn running. Look, cut it out. I don't want to hear too much of it. I don't want to hear no running, all that hard stomping and screaming and hollering. And, you'll get me in trouble because you on my watch. I ain't on your watch. But yeah, you guys, let me make this show a little shorter than what I intended on making it. But you guys, it's been real. Thank you guys for coming on through. And forget those haters and continue to be, I'm not looking at the chat right now. I kind of got it off so I can stay focused because I get distracted. But if you are in here, thank you for coming through. I'm not trying to ignore anybody that's here, but I'm trying to work on just getting whatever I feel out for the time being. But I thank you guys for coming and listening to me talk. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I know we have our days, but let's try to make the best out of it. Every week, really, every week, try to make the best out of it. If you ain't feeling okay, try to get yourself to be okay. Okay. Because I'm always be look. I may have my days where I may be in a funk, but I get out of that funk. I can't be in that funk for too long because I'm just a happy person. I ain't gonna lie to you, and it shows in my really on my wall and in my shorts. Yes, indeed. I'm not all that. A lot of people may get the wrong perception of me. Oh, he's always sad, or he must be down and depressed, or he sings about heartache and love a lot. So he's definitely just a lost a lost I guess a lost soul. But no, there's just some singing about past, and sometimes you got to sing about present situations, or better yet, coming up with something that I didn't see on TV. It's that easy. But some people can get that confused with that being my actual life. Like just because I may sing about something doesn't mean I'm actually going through that. Okay, I'm not. But yes indeed. For the time being, you guys, I'm out of here. Peace.